So there are typically three main reasons why your agent's going to be asking you for a pre-qualification or a pre-approval before you guys start looking at homes together. Now, let me just first say, generally speaking, if an agent is asking you for a pre-qualification or pre-approval letter, it's because that, number one, we want to make sure that you're actually able to buy a house in the price point that you were actually qualified to buy. The last thing we want to do is show you a house, you fall in love with it, and then you can't even buy it. So say that you just think that you can afford a $300,000 house, $400,000 house, whatever the case might be, and you fall in love with the house. Then we come to find out that you're actually not able and not qualified, or you are qualified to buy a less expensive house, but you've already fallen in love with that one house that's way over budget. You can't buy it. And then I show you the houses that you can afford, that you are qualified to buy, and they all fell flat. Because let's be honest, for most people, what's the saying? Like, once you've had the champagne, you're not going to want the beer, right? So the average person is going to fall in love with the house they can't afford, and then it's just a disappointment from there. So we're trying to avoid that happening. So that's why agents, we really want to know what you can afford to buy. So that's one reason. Another reason is because as agents, we have a responsibility to be showing houses to willing and able buyers. So we want to make sure that if we are working with a buyer, they're actually able to buy a house before we go take them into someone else's property and show them around in a house. The last thing you want to do is take a buyer into a house that they have no business in, because realistically they're not able to buy. Now imagine you're a seller, right? And you have your house on the market, you have it in pristine condition, you got a showing request, and now you have to get the house show ready. You got to get the kids out of the house, you got to get the dogs out of the house, the cats out of the house, sweep, vacuum, mop, do the dishes, make sure it's in showing condition. Would you really want to do all of that just so an agent can come and show your house for a buyer that literally can't even afford to buy your house? They're not qualified, they're unable to buy your house, truly. I don't think that's right to the seller or fair to the seller. So that's another thing we want to avoid. And especially now, there's even sellers and listing agents that will require a buyer's agent to send over either their pre-approval, pre-qualification, or proof of funds if you're a cash buyer before they'll even approve a showing request. So I can completely understand the reason behind that. So just be aware that that is happening. And reason number three is, frankly, most agents don't want to be driving all over town or all over the county to be showing homes to buyers that are not qualified or willing and able to buy a property. It takes time and gas from that agent. It takes time away from their other clients that actually are qualified to buy. It takes time away from their families. And it doesn't make sense to the average agent to spend their precious time and energy on people that aren't serious enough in the home buying process in order to get pre-qualified or pre-approved to buy a home. So if your agent is asking you this for either a pre-qualification letter, pre-approval letter, or proof of funds, if you're buying cash, before you go out and do showings, please understand we're not trying to be pushy or anything like that. We're trying to do our job and make sure you are willing and able buyer and you can buy the property. Every agent is different, so you might have an agent, maybe they're willing to show you a house or two before they require a pre-approval letter or a pre-qualification letter from saying that you're qualified to buy a home from a lender. And some agents do require upfront. It just depends on the agent, how they want to run their business. I personally do require either a pre-qualification, pre-approval letter, or proof of funds upfront if you're buying cash before we go start house hunting and doing formal showings, because of the reasons I already mentioned. Although there are exceptions to every rule, but that's generally the way I operate my business. So just understand that if you do reach out to me or someone similar to me and we request that, those are the reasons behind it. Just as a casual buyer or potential buyer, if you're not quite ready to buy just yet, look online and go to open houses. But yeah, that's my spiel for today. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you understand a little bit better if an agent does require a approval or a pre-qualification up front from a mortgage lender, you understand why we're asking that, and we're not trying to be pushy. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. I know I've been slacking, guys, but it's been pretty busy this fall, so forgive me, but I'm trying to get more videos out to you soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.